All right, we're on.
And this is River,
River and Jack,
and you are listening to Million Dollar Mistake.
$1 million mistake. Episode 1. Bitch. I love it. So, River, what are you up to tonight?
I am smoking a cigarette under the moonlight, which sounds sexy.
Yeah,
Like something from a movie, but my life is a movie.
exactly. Wearing your hot ass martini dress.
Um, kind of.
Pajamas. Pajamas.
But I did tie him up and make him look sexy.
Exactly. I am wearing a shirt covered in $100 bills
This is very much us.
as I puff on my Marlboro 100
I mean, we're
black.
talking a little differently, but
Well, you gotta talk in your Midwestern neutral, Kate.
we never determined if that's what I really have. I mean, Brindley has a southern accent.
I think I'm Midwestern neutral if I try. Just a little bit.
The essence of Jack, right?
I think I talk with a little bit of a northern accent, and then mostly
Yeah, a little bit.
mostly Midwestern neutral. This is not the direction I thought this was going to go.
It sounds almost like for real.
I think this is for real now. I think this is going to be our first episode of $1 million mistake.
We better be careful what we say.
Yeah.
Or should we not?
Let's go with about 99%. Not careful.
Oh, it's probably good. It's probably a good rule
There's
of
one
thumb
or
about
two,
anywhere you're at.
one or two unmentionables, and then the rest of it, fuck it.
I don't. Are we thinking the same unmentionables? I didn't instantly have one or two come to mind. You seem pretty quick there.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're trying to mouth to me right now.
That which shall not be named in this household.
All right, moving on. So the
Yeah.
other 99% that we can talk about,
Exactly.
we need another cigarette.
I know we do. Something we can go through tonight as we do our
Just
podcast.
chain smoke cigarettes.
The chain smokers.
Chain
We
smokers.
listen to what do we got in the background here now? Hotel
Hotel California.
Fuck yeah.
Classics. Classic.
River, aka DJ Mama Blue, will be handling the.
Now you give me the responsibility when we have an audience.
Yep.
All right.
I don't even know if they can be heard in the background. So I don't
Probably
really care.
not. No, probably not.
I have this idea in mind that we're going to be funnier than Bill Burr. I have no idea if that's actually going to be the case or not.
They make it look so easy, you know?
Well, I found him to be funny in the past, but lately he's just been kind of squawky.
Well, he has to talk for 2 hours a couple times a week.
He
I mean,
put
we're
a-
struggling to get through how many minutes now?
I don't know that we're struggling yet. And
Well-
I think maybe he shouldn't do them weekly. Maybe he should do them less frequently.
I know we're not struggling yet, but I'm just telling you. Yes, less sometimes is more, right?
Less is always more.
No, I'm not going to go that far.
Until you reach nothingness. Wasn't that what the minimalists went? Basically Buddhist shit all the way to the end. They have nothing.
Yeah, but they're a little crazy.
I love our little ashtray wax warmer. Like I have no idea if it's going to smell good or bad afterwards.
Probably not good. What are these that we're smoking? Marlboro 100s?
Marlboro Black 100s.
Those sound like expensive
So this
ones.
episode, it sounds fancy as fuck, is what it sounds like. And I'm using the Ronson torch lighter, courtesy of
Walgreens.
Walgreens.
Walgreens and... Isn't it funny that
Listen
that's
to-
the one torch lighter they have there?
Listen to this click.
It's high quality lighter.
Close. And
That's a hell of a lot better than the Zippo.
open. And then listen to this torch start.
It's a pretty, yet little flame.
Reliable. Sufficient.
They knew what they were doing.
As did Marlboro. Family values.
What about us? We know what we're doing?
So I am currently unemployed, hence the podcast.
Oh, we're starting heavy.
Heavy hitter. You hold it. I don't want to hold the cigarette right now. I held the last one. We're already on number 2, and we're how many minutes in? Like 3.
We're pretty quick.
Yeah.
We amaze ourselves.
There's no. We're 4 minutes in. 4 minutes per cigarette. I don't know. How's that sound? Smokers out there, you have to let us know how quickly you smoke your Marlboro 100s after you go to the store and buy pack after pack to practice with. See if you can beat us.
Now you sound like an ad.
I do sound like an ad.
All right, anyways, what are we going to talk about that's like not boring?
Oh.
We've just kind of-
Fuck, I don't know.
What's interesting about us?
Oh my god.
I like everything, but
What isn't interesting about us?
what are we going to select to say?
Hmm.
You started saying you're unemployed.
So what did I file for unemployment today, or was that yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday I filed for unemployment, and it was possibly the most exhausting thing in the world I've ever done, because every step of the way you're reminded that you're an unemployed piece of shit. How terrible
But you're
is
not only
that?
piece of shit that's going to get money now for submitting
Yeah.
3 resumes a week or
Right. So it doesn't
something.
matter if you make six figures or if you were making minimum wage. Well, minimum wage would be a little too
No,
low.
there's a cap, but it's not a very high cap about what's your max
Whatever it is,
salary.
I'm going to be making
$1,200 or $1,600 a month.
$390 a week.
Yeah, so
$390 a week.
$1,560 a month.
Even though I could have been making $390 per day.
Well, the settlement.
At least for all they know. Right. You just got to hang on until that settlement comes in. That's the motto.
It really is going to come in, but I mean, it is.
I know. Eventually.
I know. But how do you get
key
by
to
in the
life.
meantime?
The key to life is just have a situation where the cops are forced, or at least not forced. The cops are in a position where they feel inclined to unlawfully beat the piss out of you.
Well, I told you it's like we
Scare you so that you fear for your life, break your bones potentially, in such a way that your body is no longer the same ever again. Not massively though. You're not like disfigured, but just enough so that a jury will actually realize how fucked up it was that cops can break into a house, violate nearly all of your amendments. Really,
This is not an exaggeration either, by the way.
yeah,
It's
true
not,
story.
not time to go into all the details, but this is not a stretch.
Stretch your imagination and imagine for a moment that you are in bed doing nothing, and your sister decides that you were too weird over text messaging or a phone call, that she then feels compelled to call the police to come do a wellness check.
On a sleeping man.
Prior to that,
We're going into too many details, Daddy.
your sister is wise enough to have your friend come over and make sure you're not dead or killing yourself, which he does. He tells the cops you're not a threat. The cops insist on coming in, find all this evidence, supposedly, of these crimes.
Fruits of the poisonous tree.
When they were supposed to be there to make sure you weren't going to kill yourself, which they were already able to throw out the window because your friend said you weren't going to kill yourself and had all the reason in the world.
You know what? It was late on a Sunday night in a really, really white
Fuck.
part of town.
I'm a good, honest, God-fearing man.
And they
and I was
they want
woken up
something
to basically being beaten and tased, a la Rodney King in the 21st century. Fearing for your life.
I'm not sure that was still the worst night of my life.
What was the
Would you
worst
say it was?
night
I
of your
don't
life?
know. I mean, at the time, I think it felt that way, but I think I was just so like shocked and scared and.
It was a rebirth, though, for me.
So,
Whether I
mean,
wanted it to be or not.
Looking back, I don't know if I'd still say that was. I'm hesitant to call anything that I've experienced so far the worst night of my life because I feel like fate has a way of just kind of proving you wrong as soon as you declare rock bottom.
Thus far, what has been the worst night of your life?
I,
So far in life.
um,
What's the
I
one
mean,
thing
the
you
night you
don't-
lost your job is pretty bad. Because like, if that's the first
Yeah.
time that I really saw my life changing.
That was unreal.
Yeah, that was a sense of helplessness. But I mean, even then, it was. You just have to step back in your mind. You really get boiled down to what's important, and that is that we're all still healthy-ish, and we're all still here.
Nobody's in the hospital.
Right, nobody's dying.
Just ready, Med.
Nobody's dying, and I don't know.
Are these
It's in those moments that you really realize what's important.
Yeah. Are these partner podcasts popular?
I don't know.
I'm thinking
Do you
like
care?
I'm thinking like Freakonomics. They do like a partner one, but Bill Burr, he just does his one.
He has his wife in there most of the time.
Really, most of the time, or just sometimes?
I mean, we can't get anybody to talk to us ever,
Whatever.
listen to us. So I don't understand why we're even doing this. But it's for us. It's for us.
We've been together for almost a decade,
It's kind of fun.
and along that decade, I think I have experienced more in the last 2 years than I ever fathomed.
Oh yeah. And it's increasing too because at one point we thought 2016 was going to be like the year that we didn't speak of, and like now it's unfolding like 2016.
2017,
Some emotional drama, whatever.
2016, bad. 2017, wild. 2018, humbling.
Is humbling. That's one way to put it.
Be humbling,
Sit down.
or humble is the word I was going to use to describe 2018, and I
you
think
were
it will.
told that was a good word, weren't you?
I was told that was a good word to use, and I don't know if I've ever thought anything to be more accurate at this point than it is a humbling year. Nothing goes as planned.
It's true. They'd have life beat you up a little bit though.
I have found some kind of sense of religion and faith that I never fathomed existed this year.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I slept through the new year, completely atheist, and now come almost June, I'm practically Catholic.
No comment.
And fuck,
What's gonna happen in the next 6 months?
the way you go from atheist to Catholic, fuck, that's a whole another ball game.
Oh, thank you. It's almost done now.
And what was your coming to God moment? Whatever God you choose.
You asking me?
Yeah.
Uh,
Call it a non-existent God.
I don't
Alright.
think it's a one moment. I don't see.
So
I
we
think
got 2 cigarettes down.
I think that's the issue in life is people. So a lot of people think that there's going to be some monumental big,
10 minutes.
some sort of like, oh, this is it. This is definitely it. And I mean, I know that you say you had that, and that's valid for you, but I don't think a lot of people have that, and then therefore they might think that they've somehow missed it because they didn't have that. When in reality, I mean, life is made up in the day to day and in the little things that, in the grand scheme, you can look back on and piece together.
Yeah. But to me, it wasn't looking back. To me, it was in the moment. Everything in my life, or everything I could perceive, was screaming at me. Everything. Just, I mean, it's like right up in your face, practically. As much so as any one human could be in your face. I felt like that was how God was for me. It was in my face, screaming at me.
It's just interesting the different
Of its
perspectives
existence.
because I can see everything that you're saying and I agree with you, but I don't come to the same conclusion.
You haven't lived it like I did, though. And that's the challenge. You've not.
I've lived other things that you have not
I
lived.
know.
So that's what I mean. It's interesting that two people can see the same thing yet see something different, if that makes sense.
Right. So this is called $1 Million Mistake. What's the $1 Million Mistake tonight?
Are we gonna have to come up with one every night?
Every time we do a podcast.
The million what so like one that we've made, one somebody's made?
$1 million mistake that we've at least come close to making or made. I would say the $1 million mistake I made was.
I mean, don't go too heavy too fast. You have issues with boundaries.
I know.
So let's
The
keep
$1
it.
million mistake I've made with you was permitting. I'll go Jordan Peterson on this one. Is permitting unrealistically or unsustainably high chaos into my life. And all the chaos in my life was there as a result of me and my choices. So the $1 million mistake was not seeing when the chaos was growing rather than shrinking, when the chaos became unmanageable. And I had 2 very reasonable wake-up calls in February and in April. I had 2 opportunities to realize I was making a $1 million mistake. And yet I couldn't get my hands wrapped around it. So my message then would be to stop and reflect on whether or not your life has too much chaos in it. And if so, what are you doing about it to help stop that chaos? Or what are you doing to allow it to perpetuate and get worse? Because chaos will continue to grow. Chaos begets more chaos. Like begets like. Chaos begets chaos. You cannot
What's
allow it
what's
to
the opposite
flourish.
of chaos though?
Orderliness,
Orderliness, which is I was thinking of something else.
peace, harmony.
Boredom.
I don't say boredom because there's a lot of it's an ebb and a flow. I think with
What
chaos
created the
and
chaos?
chaos and order have to flow back and forth.
If the chaos only arose because there was too much nothingness. Correct?
The chaos comes about because
I mean, imagine you have a box and you can only fit so much in the box. Chaos takes up a lot of space. So if you have much in that box,
I think chaos is everything outside the box that you think is in a box or you think is acceptable. I mean, we get bored. Boredom really drives chaos forward because you want to bring new things into your life, and we oftentimes bring them into our life at a pace much faster than we can sustain.
don't go chasing waterfalls.
Right. Well, I mean, you take on this volunteer opportunity, that one, this one, that one. You know, you want to tackle this, that, and the other. You want to just jump all over the world when you're bored and you have nothing to do. Your mind is hungry for something to organize, something to make sense of, something to do, preoccupy itself. And if you're not careful, you will absolutely every time bite off more than you can chew. And eventually you have a mouth so stuffed full of bullshit.
But eventually you swallow it, you spit it out, and you live. You don't choke.
Right, and I think I kind of gagged on it twice, and still.
I don't know if I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's talk about this later.
Yeah, I think I refused to spit it out when I should have, and I was forced. I had it forcibly removed, or I went to the hospital and had it forcibly removed, or I passed out. Who knows? I don't know what you want to call it, but I reached my breaking point with the chaos.
So it's over now. The chaos is over.
No,
It's a
no,
ripple effect.
no, but the vast majority, 95% of the chaos in my life has been forcibly removed, basically, and now is somebody else's burden.
Hmm.
And that's what I feel guilty about, is I know that I could have handled that chaos much better and more intelligently. I should have, could have, would have.
I
had
mean, how
known.
like signs, like when if you're going too far.
Well, no, really though. There's guilt. There's a guilt component there because chaos doesn't just disappear. It simply shifts to somebody who can handle it.
I disagree with you because when you shift it to someone else, what you might perceive as chaos, perhaps they have different tools to almost immediately dismantle it, and it's no longer chaos.
Right.
And it
Somebody
can
better
become something else.
somebody better able to handle the chaos. But
You need to feel guilty then about using somebody who, using in quotations, somebody who is equipped, willing, and wanting to help.
we're all very slow to accept help.
I agree.
Why?
Well, autonomy and independence is highly valued for most of us.
Well, we at least I think men do. We pride ourselves on how much chaos we can handle. How much can we wrap our arms around? How much can we control? How big is our plate? How big is our mouth? How much can we chew at once?
I think we win.
Women?
I think we would. No, me and you just in general win in terms of
I think we win as far
managing
as
chaos.
how much we can go through.
Well, yeah, it's kind of the
Because
same
we've been through
thing.
hell multiple times with some version of it.
Yeah, and I'm saying
And all of it done with a smile on the outside, usually.
an inward screams, right?
Silent screaming.
You think you're the humorous one who's always trying to break in with the lighthearted. Oh, and I'm the negative one, right?
No, I never said that.
Oh, listen, wait, do you?
I've never said that. That you're the negative one.
Well, we've talked a lot about like removing negativity and whatnot. And anyways, I think re-listening to this
Alright.
might be eye-opening for you. I mean, we're not exactly acting like ourselves, I guess, but
It's hard to.
yeah, it is.
It's hard to be your complete true self.
Our voices are even a little different.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Mine's getting more normal now.
You gotta forget it's there.
A little less Midwestern neutral and a little more Jay.
Okay, let's go back. Do I have to say $1 million mistake now?
Sure.
I mean, you kind of stole the show there.
A few minutes of it.
$1 million mistake.
What's your $1
that-
million mistake you want to talk about? Quickly now, quickly.
No. We didn't give we should have given our daughter a classier name. I'll say it. Not $1 million mistake, but I like it. She seems like it, but it's,
How you name your children matters.
like, if we had a baby now, it's only maybe what 7 years later, and it's like our name style is so different. So
Yeah.
yeah, we got into names lately and etymology, and unfortunately, our kids don't really have a whole lot of depth to their names, but they fit, they work. You make it work. I can't picture them as anything else.
The
So
boy's got a perfect name.
rawr.
He does.
What's our outline gonna be for this?
Our outlines?
Something about lions and kittens, and we gotta work that in.
Yeah, they came looking for kittens.
I caught a fucking lion.
Caught a fucking lion.
Rawr.
Yeah, that's a good note to end it on.
All right.
Don't go looking for kittens, because you just might find a lion.
I
Rawr.
like it.
Rawr.
Rawr.
All right. So
End it on the rawr. You're supposed to end it right there.
Rawr.
Rawr.